Alright, welcome back to Basic Guitar lesson number 7. This is the last one. Hopefully you've gotten this far and been able to learn a little bit about guitar. Today we're going to learn the different techniques of playing guitar. Sometimes the song would be more upbeat, so you might play it a little faster like this. Sometimes you want to play the same song, but it could be a little bit more somber or more smooth. And then sometimes you can also just kind of change the mood by playing it just kind of simply. So there's different ways to play the guitar depending on the song that you're playing and also just kind of the way it sounds. But I want you kind of to go by the principle sometimes that less is more. So depending on the way, how well you know the song and the way it's played, you can kind of choose the best technique for the song. But today we're going to learn specifically about how to do finger picking. So I want to teach us kind of like the most basic way just to begin, which is to put your thumb on the top E string and then skip one string and then put your index finger on the next one and then your middle finger on the next one and then your ring finger on the next one and your pinky on the last one. So basically your last 4 fingers are on the last or the smallest strings here and then your thumb on the top 2. So you just want to kind of go through one at a time to build again the muscle strength and the muscle memory. So you just go. So you want to kind of go practice through them a few times so you can get familiar with it. And picking isn't as hard as it looks, it just takes a little bit of practice. The second way I want you kind of to work through it is to go through different chords and to pick the strings. There's different ways to do finger picking, but I'm going to teach you the way that I found is kind of more general and applies to most of the songs. So if you kind of look, we're going to work on the G chord and then we'll go through different chords so you can kind of get familiar with it. So the G chord, we'll play the G like this. So you're going to put the index finger here on the 2nd fret, 2nd string or the 5th string, which is the A, and then the middle finger on the top E on the 3rd fret, and then your ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then your pinky on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And that's your G. And then what you're going to do when you pick it is basically you're going to pick the top, either you're going to pick the top string that your finger is pressing. So if this is the highest string, then I will pick that one. So generally the top 3 are considered the bass notes. So you choose either one of those 3, but I'll recommend you hit this one. So you hit that, and then you follow it with the last 3 strings. So it'll sound like this whenever you're picking the G chord. Okay? And then the next one we're going to do is the C chord. And I'm going to suggest that we play the C chord like this, where you put the index finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and then you're going to keep your 2 fingers, the ring finger and the little pinky, on the last 2, the strings 1 and 2 on the 3rd fret. So it looks like the G, but just shift these 2 down. So the G looks like that, and you're just going to shift the other 2 down. So it sounds like this. But you're going to pick this one a little bit differently, but kind of the same. So this index finger is on the 5th string. So you want to pluck that one first with your thumb, and then follow it with the last 3 strings. And then we're going to do that similarly with the D. So let's go down here and we'll put the index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. We'll put the index finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And then we'll put the ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. It should sound something like this. And then when you're plucking it, because there's no finger hitting any of the top 3 strings, you just push the highest one above that, which is the D string. So you hit that one, and then follow it with the last 3. So if you put them all together, it should sound something like this. If you notice, it sounds a lot like the song that you're familiar with, When You Say Nothing at All. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. If you change it a little bit, you can actually play another familiar song that you probably know, which is by Fergie, Big Girls Don't Cry. So as you can tell, like, there's a lot of ways to learn finger picking. Basically, like I said, you just want to hit one of the top 3 strings with your thumb, and then follow it with the last 3 strings. And you notice with the song Fergie, sometimes you can just kind of add different combination by plucking 2 strings at a time to create a different sound. You can kind of hit the bottom one and then just the top one to kind of build that contrast. But it's basically up to you in your creativity to play different ways. You can also go on the internet and pick up some different tabs, and they'll teach you how to be able to pick like certain songs that you're familiar with. And so basically, the more you expose yourself to different various types, then you'll be able to improve. But that's basically a starting point for you to become better and better. So I hope through the 7 lessons you've been able to improve in your guitaring skills, and I hope that these lessons have been helpful to you. If you have any further questions, you can contact me through my email or through my YouTube link. Thank you, and I hope that you become a rock star.